Hi guys, I am now going to introduce the activity for section 1.4, multiplying integers. I just came back from a lovely night with your parents on our open house night. It was great to meet some of them. And so we're going to start with multiplying integers. So I want you to guess my rule. So if I take, let's get my paintbrush going down here. If I take 2 and 4 and 8, that is really an 8, honest to gosh, and 8 and 16 and 32, 64, etc. What's going on there? How are we going from one number to the next? And if you say that you are doubling them, or that it's a power of 2, right? This is 2 times 2. This is 2. Sorry, this is 2. This is 2 times 2. This is 2 times 2 times 2. This is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So these are all powers of 2. Us computer people, we like to rattle these off fairly quickly. 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 512, 10, 24, 20, 48. We can keep going on and on and on. Hi, Colin. Want to come say hello to the video?
Oh, yeah.
I think you're in there. You have to peer over my shoulder. This is Colin. Most of you know him. He's my son. He came to say hello.
Hi.
So those are powers of 2. So let's look at another rule. So if we start at 0 and we go to 4, and we go 8, we go to 12. He's not very nice. 16, and we go on and on and on.
No, I'm saying if yours is that bad, what's mine going to look like?
Oh, I see. He's making fun of how my writing comes out on the little touchpad. Colin can be no longer than 5 minutes, so we're gonna. Okay, here we go.
Whoa, this is cool. Oh dear. Yeah, okay, not any better.
So Colin's saying hello. So
That's a creepy story.
So trying to think about what this rule is. Well, we go from 0 to 4. Well, it's plus 4. We go to 4, 8. Is that still 4 to 8? Is that still plus 4? Yep.
No.
Yes. 4 plus 4 is 8.
4 plus 4 is 9.
Is 8.
Oh, okay.
8 plus 4 is 12. 12 plus 4 is 16. Oh gosh, it's great to have Colin's help. So that's what the rule is. All right. Let's talk about this one. If we start at -6 and we go to -3 and we go to 0 and we go to 3
0?
and we go to 6 and we go on. So what are we adding here? Well, if we go to -6, we go to 3. Well, if I add 3 to the -6, I do get -3. If I add 3 to -3, I do get 0. If I add 3 to 0, I get 3. And it goes on and on and on that way. So we're adding 3. This one we added 4, and these were powers of 2. Okay, so why are we talking about all this? Well, I'll get there. In elementary school, you might have called moving from one number to the number by a certain number skip counting. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. You're counting by 5s. 2, 4, 6, 8, etc. You're counting by 2s. This was counting by 4s. This was counting by 3s. Okay, so let's talk about the activities in the activity your recorded practice journal. And we're going to start off with activity 1.
You talk so when you're done.
And activity 1 is working with a partner. You're going to use repeated addition, so that's what we were doing down here, to find 3 times 2. Recall that multiplication is repeated addition, right? This is what we were doing. We're doing repeated addition, but we could have also multiplied numbers to get that way, to get those numbers. So 3 times 2 means to add 3 groups of 2. So here we have from 0 to 2 is one group. From 2 to 4 is another group. From 4 to 6 is another group. So 3 groups of 2. So we can write 2 plus 2 plus 2 is equal to 6, which is the same thing as 3 times 2. Okay, so why are we so that seems pretty straightforward. We've done that before. All right, that's what happens when you multiply integers with the same sign and they're positive. Let's talk about multiplying integers with different signs. Well, it's kind of the same idea. In this case here, we have groups of -2's. So if we start from 0 and we go to 2, that's one group of -2. If we add another group of -2, that goes to -4, and another group, so 3 groups of -2 brings us to -6. So we can write this as 3 times -2, which is equal to -2 plus -2 plus -2. And if you remember that from your adding integers, Colin, put the laser pointer away. From adding integers, if you have -2 plus -2 is -4, -4 plus -2 is -6. So if you multiply signs with different signs, so you have 3 groups of -2, so you are multiplying two different signs, you end up with a negative. So if we fill out this little chart here, and 2 times 2 is 4, 1 times 2 is 2, 0 times 2 is 0, -1 times 2 is -2, -2 times 2 is -4, and -3 times 2 is -6.